And more baby, he's being lied to. Well, Israel has won the war with Iran, says Israel on the 17th. But the goals remain unmet. Oh, what now? Hold on. So you won the war, but you haven't reached your goals. So that one of the goals wasn't winning the war? Okay. But no, it's obviously a joke. This is just like Trump. This is their mission accomplished moment. It's pretty pathetic. They came out and said, we won, but there's more to happen or whatever. That's not even the truth. In fact, you don't say that in this moment where you can clearly see it's not even close unless you're obviously failing, guys. I don't even know how to frame that any differently. On the 9th of March, vague and contradictory Trump says Iran war won, but not won enough. Perfectly Trump statement right there. So you can see both of them already floating it out. Where we won already. You wouldn't say that with what was happening unless you wanted to frame it the opposite of what was happening. At least that's what I would think makes the most sense. So today, Netanyahu says the Iranian regime may survive, in fact, but it will be weak. I just fell out of my chair. I'm like, geez, I just said that today, and here we are. And so the reason I'm bringing it up is because I think what this signifies is the two things, the indication that they know they're already losing, and they need to save face by making you think they somehow won, but also to create the kind of the situation. And this is where I'm leaning, and this is more my opinion, where you create the situation where Israel sort of backs away and lets the U.S. continue in some kind of dynamic and then carries out false flags and makes this a sole U.S. war, which is kind of where we already are, to be honest, but you'll see what I mean. But just recognize this. Going within 18 days from we're going to remove the regime, we're going to save the world, to, well, they may survive, but they'll be weak. So you're losing is what you're saying? Okay, understand. Here, let me close some of these real quick. So, on to the false flag potential. Okay, so this is something that happened over the last 24 hours. Drones detected above Washington, D.C. Army base, where Pete Hegseth and Marco Rubio just happened to live. I thought that was very interesting. I actually hadn't picked up on this. I've seen some reporting about the weirdness of them moving to these secure locations. I'm not sure everybody knows this. Top Trump officials, this is on the 30th of October last year, top Trump officials are moving onto military bases. That just screams support from the American people, doesn't it? Guys, this is not about Iran attacking this country. I'm telling you, this is about the fact that they know America, and that's what I'm telling you. I can see it like anybody can, is being honest. The American people, since a year before that people are changing. They're becoming aware of the two-party illusion. They're calling this stuff out. And that's why I think we're being transitioned into some new control structure. And this is why people are not happy with our government. And so they're hiding. I genuinely think that, but it could mean something else. So drones detected above this army base. And that's what made me think of that. Like, why are they in an army base? Drones have been detected above an army base in Washington, D.C., where Secretary of State and Defense Secretary Hegseth live. The U.S. officials have not determined where they came from, of course, but they said multiple drones have appeared. And what can you already